Oracle Stadium in Salt Lake City, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 13th ranked team in the land, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. Coming out with it, it's Green. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. They try to get it outside on the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw, it's Dampier. Here comes the heat. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Backed up in their own end, it's 3rd and long. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Picked off, and the opening drive is stopped with an interception. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Woof, and after that pick six, not the start this quarterback wanted. You're going to have to be really good about having a short-term memory and just turn the page. There is tons of football here to be played. You made a big mistake on that last throw. Don't let it beat you for the rest of this football game. You've got a lot of ball left to play. You've got to keep going.
And the point after is good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Dampier. Tight end finds a soft spot. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Utes want to move quickly. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye team. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Man, there are defensive players out there that can just take games over, and that's what's happening with this guy right now. He is not cooperating with the offensive game plan. A sack on 2 consecutive plays, and now on 3rd down, you know he's pinning his ears back again.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Grabbed over the middle, it's Davis. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Utes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Snags it quickly on the left. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6.
I love early in the game getting my quarterback in a rhythm. Coming out, short passes, easy completions. Now we're getting in a good spot.
And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
Man, a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't, and he's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air, it's Sayin. Quickly out to the tight end. Turning it on! There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a 1st down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He'll get rid of it. He caught it. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run, and he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the 1st.
With the run on 1st and goal. He'll be pushed out of bounds just short of the end zone, and that one saved a touchdown at least for now. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
And that is how you get it done. 3rd down, it's the money down, right? We got to be at our best. How about the monster sack on 3rd down?
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Fires to the wideout. Looking to get it in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
You know, offensively in that situation, 4th down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. They really sputtered out of the gate, turned it over, punted the last time they had it. We'll see if the third possession is the charm. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Got him downfield. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. The Utes are in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Dances away. He's going to take off. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Well, they're trying to go toss to get to the perimeter, but how about the DBs beating their blocks and using their speed to get upfield and create the negative play?
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long.
Timeout, Utah.
Trying to pick up a first down. Quarterback making checks. To the air. It's Dampier. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
One thing this defense always talks about is getting off the field. Last drive, they forced a punt. Here on 3rd down, what a great job flying to the football, getting a hit, forcing an incompletion. They may be jogging off here soon again.
On 4th down, they'll try to throw it. Gets drilled as he releases it, and the ball just trickles to the ground.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Got the quick pass. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's...
Oh, he's got some space. Got enough space. Touchdown, Ohio State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
This is ultra-aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
Oof, that's a breathing a sigh of relief for sure. Kick returner tries to take it out, puts it on the ground, but how about the offense getting back on it, turning what could have been a really bad play into, thank goodness I got the ball again.
Scanning the field, it's Dampier. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to go up top. Looking downfield. Almost intercepted. It'll fall incomplete. The defense almost came up with a turnover. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Bentley. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And it's on 3rd downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Snagged out of the air. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Davis. Brought down at the 33, but not before he gets 10.
First job for the QB a lot of times. Look at those safeties. Is it man or is it zone? Nice job. You could tell right away. He saw it was zone, understood where to go with the football, and that's why this offense had a positive gain right away.
Back to pass, it's Dampier. Throws to the tight end. Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
This quarterback is living dangerously now. He threw a pick earlier in the game, and he almost threw another one right there. These windows are tight. He's got to be really good with his decision-making.
Quarterback making adjustments. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got it in the middle, it's Parker. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
And you just wonder now, is that the play that's finally going to wake this offense up? They've been sluggish throughout the entire 1st half, but could that be the thing that finally just gives them a little bit of a jolt and leads them to scoring some points here before this half is over?
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Oh, not able to hold his water, and the offense will have it stepped off against them. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After that 5-yard loss, some work to do now to keep this drive humming at 2nd and 15. To the air, it's Dampier. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the 1st half. They'll start this drive with a pass. They get to him as he throws. Got a man, it's Smith. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Leaves it with the back. He breaks a tackle.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up and get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Looking downfield, and time is running short. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. We'll see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. It's 3rd and 5. From the gun on third down. That's caught. It's Peoples. There he goes. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Throws for the tight end. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And that's why as quarterbacks, you cannot telegraph the pass. You cannot stare down your receivers because these defenders, they're watching it. And that defender knew exactly where the QB was going with that football, and that's why he picked it off.
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Quarterback may change this route. Oops, someone moved just a bit early, and the offense is going to pick up a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Dropping back, it's Dampier. He lofts one down the sideline. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He'll pull it down and run. His defense fully aware that he can run. They stop him after a short gain. And the Utes will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So
breaks into the open. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. This is why Rice-Eccles is one of the toughest places to play in all the country. Try to get your third down conversion in the midst of this. Throwing on the run. Finds a man on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buckeyes want to crank the tempo. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And here they come going for the first down on 4th and 2. Trying to keep the drive alive. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short. They are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. 2nd down coming up. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Back to pass on 2nd down. Just tried to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the 3rd quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Picked off, a turnover in their own end.
And talk about being an impact player for his defense. That's now his 2nd interception in this game. Time and time again, when they've thrown his direction, he's come up with a big play. And in a tight game like this, those 2 interceptions, that is massive for this defense.
To throw, it's Sayin. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And this offensive line's got to do a little better job, man. You've got to give your quarterback time to go through his progressions, from go to 1 to 2, and then maybe make a play. And he goes off of his first target, and you can tell he did not have much time getting.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. All kinds of room to the right. Inside the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Utah. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
Nice job by the defense forcing the fumble. That took the perfect bounce right into the DB's hands. He shows you the speed and takes it back all the way for a touchdown. That was the definition of a fortuitous bounce.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. Trying to surge it in. He's not quite going to get there, and the try for 2 fails, and they are unable to cut into this lead any further.
Ohio State 14, Utah 6.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. That one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. The throw to the outside is complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The mighty Utah student section alive and bringing the noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2. They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Might be changing the route. Going right to work up top. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day.
Coming out of the tunnel in the third quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the third quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Quickly complete. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Used the play fake, now to throw. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the catch. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Gain of 19 on the play.
They'll need to show urgency to get another play off before the clock hits 0. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And we've reached the end of the third, and time is running out if they're going to cut into this deficit. Let's take a look at our game stats before we move on. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And there's a coachable moment for that young man right there. It's a nice run. Your team's got the lead late, but because of that, you cannot go out of bounds before you get to 2 minutes. If you go out, the clock's going to stop, and that's a coachable moment, something he'll learn from moving forward.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. Makes the catch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to...
And he will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
They have the lead in a 2-possession game and oddly lining up for an onside kick. They got it, able to recover the onside kick, and they get the offense right back out there. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Back to pass, it's Sayin. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. Offenses gain momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
You know, could that be the play that changes the momentum now in this game? Remember, they're down, and it seems like the opponent's got this game in hand, but because of that interception, could that be the play now that generates the momentum to give them a spark to maybe come back and steal this game?
He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
And it's picked off for the 4th time today. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The defense made a play with that interception to set them up. Now to see if they can cash it in. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch. And in this case, even catching the football, it was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
The Buckeyes line it up with a 1st and goal. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
Timeout, Ohio State.
And if they can find the end zone here, that might be all she wrote. First and goal. Oh, it's a reverse. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Well, you obviously want to get your receivers the football down here in the red zone, but it's tough to throw it to them because the windows are so small. So I like the idea, handing it off to that guy and seeing if he can do something with his speed.
Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. Knocked down way behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of 7.
But when you get down here inside the red zone, you got to be able to run the football. And it's one thing to do it conventionally, but I like the idea of mixing it up and trying to go jet sweep.
Now 3rd and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
A long way to go on 4th and goal. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. The throw. It's incomplete, and the defense makes a stop and gets the football back.
And aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. The offense changing the play. Second down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Good, solid tackle. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.